We've seen Keir Starmer and David Lammy trying to shove through the Chagos Islands deal to basically give it away to Mauritius for not only no money, but with money that we have to then pay them to the tune of about 9 billion quid. Vanessa Calou is here. She's the Chagossian lead at the Friends of the British Overseas Territories. We've spoken to Vanessa many times before. Vanessa, very good morning to you. Welcome back.
Good morning.
You must be pleased that Donald Trump is in today, because it looks like he is going to put his foot down and say to Keir Starmer, you're not doing it.
Yes, good morning, everyone. And the thing is, we are really happy that we managed to have that opportunity now that the President Donald Trump is on power now, and we congratulate him. Thank you for advocate us as well as Chagossian, because it was really challenging as the Prime Minister and Lamy want to do the deal as soon as possible, and it was really, really upsetting for us.
Yes, exactly right. And it's been going backwards and forwards, hasn't it? Because at first it looked as though they were trying to rush it through before the Mauritian government changed, and then the Mauritian government changed, and then we thought, well, they don't really want the island, so that's going to go away. And then suddenly, you know, they sent Jonathan Powell down there. Suddenly there was more negotiations, and then suddenly the government of Mauritius did want it. And they also wanted a load of money as well.
Yes, so as at the moment, so the government is not listening. So there's as a British Chagossian, we are deeply concerned about recent UK asylum decisions favouring Sri Lanka refugees from the Chagos Islands. This highlights our feeling of being overlooked and, you know, undervalued as a British citizen in UK. The Chagossian deserve to be heard and should be allowed to return to the Chagos Island as British. We always mandate this. The Mauritian government is lying. Chagos Island never belonged to Mauritius, right. And we will need self-determination. And with Donald Trump on power, so we are behind him to kill that deal, right, and stop the Prime Minister and Lamy to give away our island, a British overseas territory island.
Yeah, absolutely right. I couldn't agree with you more. What would happen if it was sold or given away to Mauritius? Do you think the people living there would leave?
The people is not agree with this. They are fleeing Mauritius at the moment. Tomorrow there will be families coming in Heathrow Airport, and with their British passport. We are not eligible to go back to Chagos Island. That's why we are fleeing to come to relocate in UK. We just want the Prime Minister to do the right decision and keep our island as British, and then let the Chagossian to go as a plan to go to the island, and then we work together. So I don't understand why he wants to take the taxpayer to give to a foreign country that this island is never belonged to Mauritius, right. And they have like an advisory decision from the International Court of Justice. That's why it's related to all this situation.
Yeah, absolutely right. And so, I mean, how hopeful are you that this decision by Donald Trump will be something he does? He's going to do a lot of things today and tomorrow as a first kind of, you know, introduction to his new job. Are you hopeful that that somebody in the White House will make this decision quickly?
We are all hopeful because Donald Trump, he's listening to his people, and I would like to him listening to the Chagossian and most of the public, British public, because they don't want this island to go to another foreign country, and the taxpayer is belong to the Mauritian public.
Right. And have you spoken to anyone in the British government? Has anybody from the British government spoken to you?
At the moment, we didn't be consulted by the government, and just Foreign Office, one of the officials, we talked briefly about the UK support, and is still not helping the Chagossian. And just one thing I don't understand, because as the Attorney General Law Hermit, who once supporting these asylum seekers from Sri Lanka, has been the government grant the government grant them a special deal, raising question about fairness and conflict of interest, similar to the Prime Minister Keir Starmer. Yes, with Philip's son, a barrister for Mauritius. So we think there's a conflict of interest between those individuals. Right. So we are not happy, like the Sri Lanka from Chagos, they put them in West Sussex with the local government council called Crowley, together with the Chagossian who just relocated to UK. You can see the different treatment. They are well treated than the Chagossian who are British.
Yeah.
And they are not worried. They have everything they want. And I can hear yesterday when I read the Telegraph, they even have compensation that a British citizen, Chagossian, who lost their country and be miserably living in Mauritius, sends the compensation that the UK gave to Mauritius that the Chagossian didn't have, and we still in that situation. We still suffering. Yes. And this is what we want: a fair recognition of the Chagossian, and to stay British and go back to our island as British. And we hope that that will happen soon. Yeah, with Donald Trump with us, yes.
Well, we hope it happens as well, Vanessa. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Vanessa Calou, Chagossian lead there from Friends of the British Overseas Territories. Yeah, this business with Lord Hermer, which has put him back in the firing line again over a conflict of interest, because we already heard about the problem with Gerry Adams. This was when he represented 5 Sri Lankan refugees who came to Britain via the Chagos Islands. And as she says, are now being put up here, even though the actual asylum claim supposedly failed. But the worry is that he was obviously operating as a private lawyer, and he was working for some of these charities, presumably, which were representing asylum seekers from Sri Lanka who were using the Chagos Islands as a way to cut through into Britain. Absolutely extraordinary stuff.